There we go. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Let me switch over to the document I'm creating in Google Docs as JSmart. I'm going to put in there, let's call it Windows Exploration and Logos screenshots by, and then I'll put John Smart. Yes, Tavares.
So who?
I mean, Tashar. There was a guy, Tavares.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
So what? Can we open a new doc?
Yeah, Google Doc. Start a new Google Doc.
Okay. I'm all over the place.
Start Google Docs. Are you following?
So on the drive, we're making a new Google Doc in the same folder, correct?
Yeah. You have a cs101 folder. This JSmart, he has 2 folders, so he switched to a different folder, but you don't have to. Make sure you put your name in there. You can make it big, so I remember your name. Okay, and that's all right. Now, notice the name of my file is Untitled, but if I just click on the title, it automatically guesses what the first line of my file is, and that's a very long name, but I'm okay with that for a name of my file. I could always shorten that by clicking and editing that, but it says, oh, whatever's in your first line, maybe you want that for the name of the file. Now, I like to use tables in my Google Docs just because it makes a nice little separation. So I'm going to insert a table as I get ready to start copy-pasting screenshots. So I'm going to do table, and I'm just going to throw in a couple rows in my table. And I'm going to one by one give an explanation of what I'm screenshotting, and then I'll paste the screenshot. Okay, so I have a Google Doc ready to go. And I need to silence my phone. Forgot to do that in chapel the other day. And normally I have it silent all the time. And then one time someone calls me. Okay, so Google Doc ready to copy paste stuff into here. Now let's go see what I need to copy paste or take a screenshot of. I need to get my local PC system information. Now, if you're on a Mac, it'd be about my Mac on the upper left. Anybody using a Mac in here? In the other class, I keep forgetting who has the Macs. We have 4 Macs in the other class. But to get your local PC information, anyone know how to see what's on your PC? Well, Windows key or Windows button and start typing system. And look at that. System information automatically comes up, and I can hit enter because it's highlighted or come down and click on it. And this is very useful when someone's trying to help you out to see what's in your system. It shows you what you have for RAM. Look at that, I've got 32 gig of RAM. That's pretty nice. You probably have 16. You might even have 8 if you're in the back row, because those old computers go to the back row. The newer ones are the first 2 rows. All I want to do is take a screenshot of this to show that I know how to get to system information. Now if I go here and do computer, there is also a, let's see if this shows up. Here's another thing you might see. This looks a little different. This is another system information, giving you a little more details, but either one is fine with me. Yes, question?
Settings won't open for me.
System information won't show up?
Yeah. Well, like, my system information looks different.
Yeah, that's the one I have right now.
Oh.
Yeah. For some reason, there's 2. One's looks like this, one looks like this.
Okay.
And they give you, this one gives you a lot more information, a lot more nerdy stuff. And if you go down further, you'll see, oh, there's how much memory I have installed. Either, a screenshot of either one is fine with me. So I'm going to, since I did this one last class, I'm going to do this one, this system information. Again, it shows me how much memory I have, and it shows me a system type. It does show me my Windows version, and it shows 21H2. Oh, it's interesting here because this one, when I look at my Windows version, it shows me 22000. So apparently, 22000856 is the same as this. Interesting. I hadn't noticed that before. The actual system information is different from one or the other. So I'm going to do a screenshot. Now remember that because it's easiest and it's more flexible and it's good to know how to do your screenshots, I'm going to use Snipping Tool this time because it's one other way and it's a little more capability. I start snipping, click the Windows button, start typing out snipping, and then hit enter once that's highlighted. And with my Snipping Tool, I can just do new and then drag through the rectangle of what I want captured. Pretty handy. You can even record your screen as you play those games and want to show all your friends how good you are using a free program called OBS. But here's my Snipping Tool has done the capture, and here's the Snipping Tool capture right here. I want to put this image into my Google Doc. Here is the nice little copy or Control C. That'll copy that image to my clipboard. And now I'm going to Alt Tab back over to my Google Doc over here. And I'm going to put, before I paste the image, I'm going to put system information. Hit enter and then Control V paste. Look at that, I've got a little picture of what system information shows me. Very useful when you need help on your computer. You can send them what you saw on your screen when you had a problem. Knowing how to do that old Snipping Tool. Remember, there's also Control Alt Print Screen, also puts it in the clipboard. And Control Print Screen prints out or copies your entire screen. So now I've got that first part done. Just showing that I know how to get to system information. And see, I have both of them showing here. I have the detailed system information in front of the other system information. Everyone got that? Pretty easy. And if you ever have troubles with a system, or you go to a store and you want to say, do I want to buy this system? Now you know, pop up system information to show, does it have as much memory as the ad says? Okay. Next thing, we're going to go to office.com, log in, and view my office.com profile. So I'm going to be John Smart, log into John Smart's office.com. Office.com, because I was logged in before and I saved my password, it takes me in right away with J Smart's password into his office.com. So log into office.com. The only thing I care about doing here is just viewing my profile. There's lots of things that are useful to know about, but viewing your profile, I can view my account or view my office profile. I'm going to go to view my office profile first because something weird happens. If I go to view my account, I can't come back and view my office profile. I'm not sure why that is. I'll maybe figure this out. Click on office profile, and up pops the information about me in my office profile. One thing that's interesting here, I can add skills about myself, my schools and education. Microsoft Office loves to have that because they can sell that information. Now, I don't know if there's any agreement anywhere where they agree not to sell your information. Even if they don't sell it, I don't trust them. So I don't always put all my skills and personal information in this unless I'm ready to share it with the world. Looking for a job? It might not be a bad idea to have something like this where you can share your profile with future possible employers. Now, the reminder, if you're out on Facebook or any social media, have a ID where you do professional things and you can share with future employers, and have a different ID where you do goofy things and silly things that maybe isn't something you'd want to share with employers. They may know to search for both of them to find out about you. So no matter what you do for your logins in social media, be a good citizen out there, because everything you do, they can go back and find. There is no privacy. You think you're private? Likely not. So whatever you do, be careful. Whatever you say, whatever you show for pictures, It's going to be with you for the rest of your life. And if people don't like you, they will find a way to find something nasty about you. You ever hear about a guy that donated something? A Des Moines guy. What did he do? He made a nice gift. I forget what it was about. To a charity. But some newspaper person traced them down, and I don't know if they had something against him or just wanted to see if they could find out. They found out some dirt on him just by looking at way back in his high school years. Something, maybe he had written in a yearbook somewhere back in high school. They found that, and they basically canceled the guy for something he had said in his high school yearbook. And he had done something really, really good. And he was becoming sort of popular, and this person maybe didn't like him or was jealous. Found something nasty about him way back. Remember Justice Kavanaugh? That was back without social media. They found some dirt on him, again, back in high school years that was even a little iffy about what really happened, and they almost canceled him. So, although you're not as big a target yet, when you get famous, they may come back and dig up stuff on you, what you're doing on social media. So always be super careful about that. But back here, so you might consider this office.com. Think of doing professional things there. Have a nice portfolio of your work or the things you've done. Be a good person and share that with future employees. So you can add this. All you need to do here again is just take a screenshot just so you can see how I can see that you know how to get to your office.com profile. So again, I'll go back to Snipping Tool. It's down in the bar because I started it before. I can click on that and click another new screenshot. Click and drag through, and now go back to my Office or my Google Doc, which is over here under Firefox, over here, and put that here in my office.com profile, and Control V paste. Now I'm going to show you one more thing that I found kind of weird. When I finally went to my profile, and then I went view my account, that takes me to Microsoft.com's account, and then I go back to my little icon. Notice view my profile is not there. I can't view my profile from there. But back here, it lets me view my Office profile. And that had me confused for the longest time, yet this previous sections. Here I can view my profile. Once I view my account, it doesn't let me see my profile. It's like I'm at Office.com. When I view my profile, even though it's my Office profile, it takes me to Microsoft.com. See the little address bar? Microsoft.com, Office.com, Office.com. View my account. So your Office.com is tied to your Microsoft.com account. They actually create one there for you. Just a little extra info for you. All right, one more thing to do before we get into Logos is we want to see the Backstage View in the cloud version of Microsoft Word. Just to get a little, and we're going to do this in the Word app as well. Get familiar with that Backstage View in Microsoft Word. Okay, so let's go to Microsoft Word. Any of these, let's see, my Office page has Microsoft Word over here, and I'm going to open the cloud Word by clicking there, and I can't see back office view until I start a document. Now that I have a document in the cloud, in Microsoft Cloud, now I can go to what they call Backstage View by going to File and About. There's lots of other Backstage views. They're not all as interesting as the application Backstage View, but go to File, About, and here I can see my some cloud information about my session with Word in the cloud. Don't worry about doing anything. You don't have to understand all this. Just show that you know how to get to Backstage View. You can easily explore any of those. But the About is what I want you to take a screenshot of, just to show that you know how to get to Word in the cloud and Backstage View. And I'm going to bring up the Snipping Tool and take a new snip of that, drag through, And now go back to Firefox, my Google Doc, and put in here Word in the Cloud, Backstage View. And Control V, paste that screenshot. So just take a few screenshots of basic computer stuff. Whenever you're working with a computer and having issues, a screenshot, but when you send it to someone for help, is so helpful. So there's my Word in the Cloud, Backstage View, and I'm putting it in separate little cells in my table. You don't have to do the table if you just want to put a caption and then the screenshot, then another caption and the screenshot. That's fine with me. Table just makes it a little neater looking. Now we're ready to do one more thing, is log in now to my Logos, or start my Logos desktop app. Remember, we're starting desktop app, not the cloud app anymore. Remember, we could get to the cloud app by going app.logos.com. We're not going there this time. We're starting the Logos desktop app that's running on my local computer. I can just hit the Windows button and type Logos. Now, I have installed Logos on all these machines in a special way that makes it visible to anybody that has a login on these computers. When you normally install Logos on your own computer, it's only visible to the person that installed it, which is kind of a pain if you have more than one login on your computer. So I've made it available to all when you're running the program. But remember, when you have to be logged in as your account on your computer or the school's computer, or you're bringing in all the books for Logos for the student user, and Logos may not be happy with you. So make sure you're logged in, because when you start the Logos app, it wants you to log in. Well, it's remembering my login. It's starting the app, and I'm going to go full screen on the app here. And I am now in the Logos app. The desktop Logos app looks a lot like the cloud app, but it's not quite the same. So let's check what I need to do here. Start the Logos and sign in. Oh, and before I do a screenshot, I want to view my profile. Remember how we viewed the profile in the cloud? Well, look at that. Up in the upper right, I've got my handsome picture there. Click on that, and I can view my Faith Life profile. When you have Logos, they created a Faith Life profile for you there. And notice I am logged in as Arthur Manning, because Jay Smart does not have a Faith Life profile. Because we have to pay for this, so we're not paying for a fake student, John Smart. So I'm going to go to my Faith Life profile, and I think if you go to your account, let's see if I'll go to, I think the account almost takes you to the same place. It takes you to a web page, and there I'm logged in. And if you may have to log in one more time into your Faith Life using your exact same Logos Emmaus.edu email and password. Just the same password that you have for Logos is the same for your Faith Life profile. Now, just for fun, I'm going to see if I go to my account. I believe that takes me to the same place. No, Logos.com, faithlife.com. Okay, so it does take me to a different website. I can view my Logos subscription order history. I thought my subscription would show here. I have Logos 9 Basic. Faith Life profile has been created for you, and all I care about here is just getting a screenshot of this. Remember, just like in any social media, faithlife.com wants to know about you, and you can actually have friends at the faithlife.com. I don't know how much they're trying to commercialize this. I'm sure they're looking to establish some good customer base and promote community interaction between people that have similar interest in the Bible. So it may be a fun group to do some social networking, but I'm not sure how much. I haven't messed with that at all, but I bet you could share scriptures, do a Bible study together. Lots of social things are probably big, maybe more with your generation, and Logos wants to market to you. So they have that Faith Life account set up for you. Any of you using Logos do any of the Faith Life things, groups, study groups or anything? I'm guessing you could do a lot of that. I haven't done much of that myself. Okay, so we have Logos, and what did I need to do here? I want to view my profile, and I forgot, I need to take a screenshot of that. So let's do the snipping tool, new snip, and drag through that. And now I'll come back to my Google Doc that I'm working on over here. Where'd my Google Doc go? Here. Go to my Google Doc here and type in Faith Life profile. Maybe experiment a little bit with groups, maybe with your fellow Emmaus students, and just see if a community, encouraging one another or sharing Bible study together. You could do online Bible study with someone else in the Faith Life. Someone maybe part of the bridge thing. You could do a little Bible study with someone, learning English. Okay, so there's my Faith Life profile.
So I just title it Logos profile?
I just called it Faith Life profile, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about the caption, but it's always helpful whenever you put images on, just a little caption of what that is. And you're welcome to do the Logos profile too, just for fun. I'm going to do that just for fun because it is slightly different. Let's see. Here, look at that. Even from the Logos, I can edit my Faith Life profile in the logos.com. I'll bet you it'll send me to the Faith Life page.
You should go to the Emmaus Bible College post on, or in the search bar on Logos for the Faith Life.
Oh yeah?
Type in
Emmaus? Oh, look at that. So maybe I'm in the group automatically.
Are you?
Because it showed up in groups. I don't remember joining it.
Wait, scroll down a little bit.
Ah. Back the chat. Yeah. Go Eagles. Yeah. I don't even know what pack the jack means. What is that?
Like Jack Field. Jack Fish Field.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's clever, right?
Yeah, I like it.
How do you?
That is good. Should promote that when I see Doc Fish.
Make shirts.
I think we should get a shirt for Doc Fish.
Yeah. We good.
We can sell them.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that idea. You got it.
The next one.
Okay, so I have the Faith Life profile. Let's see what we need to do next. Now we got to get some serious Bible study going. So we got our profile, and this is not a screenshot. This is just for the rest of the screenshots. Just be sure, a little comment, to be sure you put a little caption in there. And along the way, if you see any issues with Logos, keep track of that. And Mr. Kosin is the primary one interacting with Logos and promoting Logos. Got the discount for us for the whole Emmaus campus with Logos. So if you have anything that you see that, hey, the sure would be nice if Logos did this, or I'm having problems with this, it's always breaking, keep notes on that, screenshots, and send them to Mr. Kosin, and I think Logos will listen to him, because we've got a pretty good relationship with them. And one of my dreams here at Emmaus is to send one of our computer students to be a coder, writing code for the Logos software. That would be so cool to know. Say I know someone that's doing work with Logos. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is just view a passage, 2 Corinthians 3. Okay? So I'm going to, remember, I'm using the desktop app now. And how easy is it to view a passage? Just put your passage up there in that bar and type 2 Cor 3. And enter it. And it pops up a default view for that passage. This is what we call a layout. It pops up 2 Corinthians 3, but all this other stuff is around here. And I'll show you how to fix that. But let's just get a screenshot of this, and then I'll show you how you can adjust this layout which I think is kind of confusing. You know, a lot of these other windows around, it's like, why is that just as large? I just want to read this, and I have all this other stuff around here. We're going to fix that. But first of all, let's get a screenshot. So I'm going to come down here, do Snipping Tool, new Snipping Tool, and a screenshot of the screen that pops up once I enter 2 Corinthians 3 in the passage search. And I don't know why that went away, but let's go now to my Google Doc. Where did it go? Here. And pasting, I'll call it my screen, Logos after entering 2 Corinthians 3 in search bar. And I'm going to paste that screenshot. And this is where my first comment to Logos would be, if I'm looking for a Bible passage, why don't you make it simple to start with and show them other layouts that are more complicated? To me, this is like kind of confusing and even discouraging to someone that's just learning Logos. It's like, oh, what is all this? And it looks interesting, but it's like, wait a minute, I just want to read the Bible. Why do I have all this other stuff around? Well, this is where this little layout guy comes in handy. I can choose layouts here, and over here I can choose various suggested arrangements of windows by just clicking the different layouts. So I'm going to go to Passage Study. Yes, question?
When I do the 2 Corinthians, I just get commentaries.
Oh, really? Let's see. All right, you are in. You're not in the act. Go back down to the act. Now in that search bar.
Oh.
There you go. Yes.
And then
Now, to me, it shouldn't take this long to do that because the local app. I don't think so. But now we have that. Oh, just go to right click in the cell. Go up, right click up inside the cell there. Right up, right there. Just right click. Insert. Down. Insert. Roll. Insert. Roll. Not obvious at all, but that's how to do it.
Thank you.
And it's just Logos. Yeah, I'll show you. It's Logos. What did I put? Logos after entering 2 Corinthians 3. And then I pasted that screenshot. And here I am in Logos. Now, the next thing I want to do after that is to change my layout. So here I am in Logos, have the screenshot. This here is very useful, but it's not so obvious that it does a lot of things. Let's just do some experiment. I try Bible and commentary layout, and now it lays out Bible with commentary. I try Bible journaling. Shows me the Bible with journaling colors to choose from. I can close my guide, and ways to add new notes to my journal. So these layouts give you suggested arrangement of the windows when you are reading the Bible and have a particular purpose in mind. Now these are something that they've made up for you. They think that may be helpful. Say I want to study Hebrew. Well, it's not going to be helpful for New Testament much. But I get something like that. Pretty intimidating. But let's go now back to lectionary reading. Oh, look at that. We have we've got reading for today. Can follow. And this is a layout that I want to do a screenshot of, is the layout passage study. So every layout is available to you, and guess what? You can arrange these windows yourself and call it give it its own name. So this is the passage study layout that I chose from the built-in passage study layout. Once I go to that layout, all I'm asking you to do is take a screenshot of that. Okay, Okay, so there's the passage study layout. You can always switch back to it. You can rearrange your windows and say, wait a minute, let me get back to that. You can always come back and say, oh yeah, that passage study layout. And you get it set up with the version that I happen to be reading, another commentary, and then some Explorer window. I haven't messed much with the Explorer window, but let's just get a screenshot of this. This is the layout called Passage Study. So I'm going to do a screenshot, new screenshot, click and drag through. I don't know why that disappears when I do that. Go back to my Google Doc and call it, I'm going to right click, insert row below, and call it Passage Study Layout. Enter and Control V, paste that screenshot. Now while we're there, let's see, I don't want to spend too much time here. No, we'll get going because I want to give you plenty of time to get it done and maybe get out of here early. Let's take now a look at the parallel version tool. Those tools are really handy dandy. They're up here under tools. Let's take a look at one tool called text comparison. Tool, not guide. Tool, text comparison. This cool tool brings up a new window where it shows text of your choices side by side. And if I don't need these, I can always close these windows, knowing I can always go back to another layout, and I can stretch these out, grab the little edge of it, drag it, and I can add other versions just by clicking here. I can click and add other versions I want to show side by side. I can go down and show Darby along with those other two, and click off of it or save, and now those three versions show up. So parallel versions, very easy using my text comparison tool. If I want to take away a version, I just click up here, and wait a minute. Why isn't it letting me choose my checkbox anymore? What happened? There. Huh. Now I can choose other versions or uncheck a version in my text comparison, or choose a different one. So this I can check and uncheck, and once I'm done, those show up in my text comparison. Screenshot this. Again, Snipping Tool, new, click, drag through, and then come back to my doc that I'm keeping track of this in. I can hit tab when I'm at the end of a cell. That's another way to insert a new cell. And this is text comparison. And Control V paste. Tab to start another row. And let's see, what other screenshots do we need to take here? That's a text comparison screenshot. And explore other tools. That's it. Let's take one more. We'll explore one other tool and we'll be done. So back to Logos. I'll let you choose. What tool would you like to explore?
Media.
Media. Okay. Now it brings up a separate window for me. How's it going, Tashar?
I'm all right.
All right. This is the media. It's not looking terribly interesting. I see a play something. I can upload media. Psalm 36 animation. Why did it take me to Psalm 36? I'm looking at 2 Corinthians 3. I haven't played much with the media one. Is there a find media? Let's do transform. Transformed or we'll try the word transform. If we don't find anything, we'll put transformed past tense. Nothing found. Let's try transformed. Let's see. How did I just clicked find media.
And it was transformed.
I look for transform. I'm not finding anything. I'm kind of sad about the media tool. Transformed. Get nothing.
I'm getting stuff.
There's a stuff.
Why am I not getting stuff?
Make sure you X out of the old search.
I thought I did.
It's still there. Like when it says all, you have like 2 filters on it.
Oh, I see. So I X that guy right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then it takes me back to everything.
Yeah. So then you gotta do a different search.
But so when you type transformed, you did get something?
I didn't get anything, but there's it.
I hit the little arrow beside. I don't know if that thing.
Yeah, a little bit to be transformed.
Yeah.
How did? Well, don't worry about getting that fixed because we're running out of time. Let's go ahead and take a screenshot of this. I'm going to do Snipping Tool, new screenshot. Drag through what came for me. I'm not terribly thrilled with media yet. Maybe I have to figure out to get the searching working right. Come back to my document.
What are we gonna name?
And I'm going to just call this Media Tool. Media Tool. Search for transformed. Guess there's not any media. Well, for me, nothing showed up when I typed in transformed. But I'll put the screenshot there anyway because I typed in transformation this time and I finally got something, which doesn't look like it's terribly useful. Okay, we are done with all the screenshots we need. So now all we need to do is have something ready. And just to give you a little more experience, I'm asking you to download or save it as a PDF. That's really good to know how to do that. So over in my document.
How do you do that one again?
How do you do that? Here we go. I'm over in my Google Doc.
Yeah.
To save it as PDF from Google Doc, all I do is do a file, download, and it gives me a choice, PDF. By default, it will do Microsoft Word, PDF. I can save it as PDF. In case you're using Word, or in the future you need to make a PDF of something, when you're inside of Word, here's another way to make a PDF. I can do print of anything. I go to print, and in my print options, where'd my printer thingy go? You can tell it to print to PDF. Oh, I don't need to see downloads anymore. Let's try this print again. When I go print, here we go. I can choose my destination printer when I'm in Windows to be saved to PDF. And I think that's about the same thing as Microsoft print to PDF. So save to PDF when I print. But with Google Docs, they make it even easier than that. You can just do file download as PDF. But in case you ever need to make a PDF of something, you have a printer always on your system that will let you print to PDF. On a Mac, it's very similar. There's a little PDF arrow way at the bottom. But now if I save to PDF, it'll create a PDF for me once I hit print. Once you have your PDF, all you need to do is go back to Schoology to submit your assignment. Click Submit. Click on the file and browse over to where you just downloaded that PDF, and you are done. Add a comment if you like.
Elijah's late.
Go pack the jack.
Yeah, back to Jack. Let's go around the scene.
There you go. Got that uploaded and you're done. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Zach.